All right. The moments surrounding the birth of one's child are supposed to be happy and a time to celebrate. This is not the case for Stephanie Trendowski, who nearly lost her life to preeclampsia. And at this time, I would like to welcome, let's start this. And then in Moving Mountains for Moms, Stephanie shares how a near fatal life experience motivates her to be the voice for the care that mothers deserve. Stephanie?
How's everybody doing? So I'm going to start off. I shouldn't be here. Not that I shouldn't be here with you beautiful people, obviously, but statistically I shouldn't have survived. What should have been the happiest day of my life turned into the most terrifying. I had a high blood pressure of 190s over 117, stroke range, lack of energy, edema, serous retinal detachment in both eyes. I was legally blind. I tried to tell medical staff that something was wrong, but they sent me home from not one, but two local emergency rooms. I won't say who. They sent me to an ophthalmologist. I begged and pleaded to be readmitted, but there was not one medical professional that seemed concerned with my alarming conditions. Why was I, a mother who had just given birth to her rainbow baby, I should be basking in the joy of finally being a mom, having to advocate for myself? My daughter was born premature, and I was very sick. I was in no position to be a warrior in this moment. And finally, after begging, I was readmitted, and a hospitalist listened to my concerns. I was diagnosed with HELLP syndrome. HELLP syndrome stands for hemolysis, elevated liver enzymes, and low platelets. So in layman's terms, my body was shutting down after birth. Fact, 700 women die in the United States each year during pregnancy or in the first year following pregnancy. Fact, 60% of these deaths are preventable. Fact, the United States spends more on health care per capita than any other country and is the only industrialized nation that sees a rise in maternal mortality rates. What's going on here? So why does this matter? Because you either have a mother, you are a mother, or you know a mother. I know deep down in my soul that I survived for a reason, and I was determined to find my purpose. I began volunteering with hospital projects, attending conferences on preeclampsia, and connecting with survivors and advocates literally all over the world. In May of 2019, I found myself standing beside 150 other women and a few men, advocating for legislation on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Surreal is the only word I can use to describe that experience. Although we felt moments of triumph, we also experienced flashes of what we call survivor's guilt. Why did we survive when so many didn't? Why were their husbands there holding their wives' pictures, their girlfriends' pictures, instead of them standing next to them? It was time to enact change in this arena of maternal health. As I stood on the steps of the nation's capital, a quote came to my mind that will stick with me forever. You have been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. So I came home and I got to work. Before I knew it, I was writing articles for global publications like Love What Matters. Women were reaching out to me from Australia, Africa, the UK, literally all over the world, simply because I had used what we call my mom voice. And it encouraged them to do the same. After learning that Indiana had the 3rd highest maternal mortality rate and the 7th highest infant mortality rate in the nation, my mission was obviously clear. I had made the congressional connections, but I didn't stop there. Next, I made connections with our state and House representatives, senators, local hospital administration, department heads, CEOs. I requested meetings not to criticize, but to express the desire for positive change, bridging the gaps and saving lives. The next thing I knew, I was getting a call from the governor's healthcare policy writer, inviting me to share my story with the state health commissioner. I'm proud to tell you that changes are being made here in the Hoosier State. and that we are rolling out programs such as the Indiana OB Navigator Program, the Indiana Perinatal Quality Improvement Collaborative with the new hypertensive toolkit, in which I am one of the authors, and proclamations actually naming May the month of the mother. An organization I work with, Mom Congress, is stressing the importance of the commitment to lowering maternal mortality, and I'm so happy to be a part of that. The moral of this story is don't give up, fight for change. I've had people tell me it couldn't be done, and if someone tells you no, or that it can't be done, go after it 10 times harder. Don't ever let anyone tell you how to tell your story. Own it. Your story matters. You matter. It's raw, it's real, and it just may become someone's survival guide through the darkness. Remember to no longer stay silent, and don't shrink yourself to make someone else feel comfortable. Be unstoppable, not because you lack failures and doubts, we all do, but because you continue despite of them. Most of all, trust your gut, and together we shall move mountains for moms. Thank you.